You know, she's a very honest filly. She's running quite well in Sydney without winning, really good races. But her run was quite good at Moonee Valley. She hung a little bit, did everything wrong, and still battled on to run 6. So she's drawn a little bit off the track today, but she's got good natural speed. She'll take up a forward position.
Yes, I actually aged her there by 1 year, of course. They're still fillies when they're 2 and 3, and they become mares when they're 4. And now they're going into the stalls here for the Great Western, filling them up at the far side of the track. The main preliminary bout, as we mentioned, before the running of the Foster's Melbourne Cup in less than an hour from now. Dan Malicki and Gary Willits once again take it away.
Charite still being further supported. He'll run the favourite on track. What did you think of her, Gary?
Yeah, looked very well, and I know Brent Thompson will be really looking forward to trying to ride a winner here at Flemington for the Hazes. He had a lot of success for them. I think he was 3 times leading jockey here in Victoria.
Now Will Fly goes up, and the fillies are just about set to run for the Great Western. Off they go now. Zdenka a bit slow to begin, and so too was Maro Chant. Above the crowd, one of the first to appear, with Dutchy's Pride and Zambito going fastest, looking for the lead. Gamila out there, 3 wide, getting into second spot now. Flaming Heart getting across from Her White Alley. And then came Charite into 6th spot early from Gadina on the inside of Will Fly. A length away then a White Queen, about midfield at the moment from Little Miss Echo. Behind those horses was Maximover around Alfred's Jewel, then Corinthian Arch. Maro Chant settling second last, and Zdenka 2 lengths away at the tail of the field. And Melanie May got to about 7th. 800 metres left to go. Zambito, 3/4 of a length to Gamila. 2 lengths away Dutchy's Pride on the outside of Above the Crowd. Then Flaming Heart around Charite, and then came Will Fly. Melanie May was next as they made the turn, followed by White Queen out a little bit wide as they make the bend. Then Little Miss Echo further back to Maro Chant. Alfred's Jewel well back, and then Maximover down to the 400 metres mark, and quickly Flaming Heart is moving up. Damien Oliver going for 3. Melanie May starting to run on. Flaming Heart hit the lead though. 2:50 to go. It's a length and a half in front. Melanie May to second. Then Will Fly running into the race, and then came White Queen. Flaming Heart 2 lengths in front of Melanie May, and then Will Fly. Flaming Heart the leader from Melanie May and Will Fly. Flaming Heart going strongly, and Flaming Heart wins for Oliver again. Flaming Heart first beat Melanie May and Will Fly. They were followed by Above the Crowd. Next home White Queen from Maro Chant, which made up good ground. Then Little Miss Echo, Corinthian Arch next, and then came Alfred's Jewel, Maximover, Zdenka, Gamila, Zambito, Charite, and then Dutchy's Pride pulling up about 3rd last, and back at the tail was Gadina.
Well, Dan, I think Damien's going to hope that he'll be travelling as well as what he was on Flaming Heart on Doremus in the next race, because he's just riding super. Like that horse drew 15, he had it over, went off the fence after I'd gone less than 100 metres. It's just incredible. And there's a great shot of them coming to the line. He's just such a beautifully balanced rider. The guy outside of him is not too bad either, Darren Gauchi. He's, these 2 guys at the apprentice school, you can show them riding horses all day because they're just got such perfect balance. He's just waving the whip at Flaming Heart. He has a little peep over the shoulder there. I've got it 1. Beautiful to be back in Melbourne. 3 winners.
Yeah, I think she's a class filly. I know George Hanlon thinks a lot about her. She got to the front a long way from home. It's a long straight here, Gary, but she actually drew away from them. Here's the start of the race.
And 1 knuckles over here pretty badly, just in the middle there.
Maro Chant, was it?
Maro Chant, I think it was.
Yeah, she missed it.
4 from the outside. You can see Damien coming over with the horse in the pink and the breastplate there. You can just see how he works over so easy. Slots in a beautiful position. And just such a lovely ride. He's not frightened to go forward on him to get a position. I think that's what's winning for them.
Well, it's not unusual for George Hanlon to be in the winner's stall on Melbourne Cup Days. Won 3 races, 3 Cup races himself. He's there with Flaming Heart this time, Pete.
Yes, it's always a good feeling to win on Melbourne Cup Day, especially when it's the main event, as George has done 3 times. But this race is nice to win too, George.
Yes, it's a great race to win. It's lovely. Only running for the day. I've got a winner out of it. It's good. And Man has been very patient with us, and so luck happened, we got there.
Wouldn't you like to have every horse in the stable as honest as this little one?
Oh, yes, she's been very unlucky, very honest mare. She's been very unlucky. Her form has been really good.
We've already sung the praises of Damien Oliver, and now 3 winners for him, and isn't it great to see him back from Hong Kong?
Yes, well, it's good for me today, or us. Bob and Nan's were very good. I was pleased to see him. Now, we've won. It's good to see him.
Good on you, George. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
George Hanlon, the winning trainer with Flaming Heart. This is becoming a habit, Johnny Letch. You're there with Damien.
Oh, it sure is. And I just said to Damien, what's the barriers like out there at the 1400 today? He said, I love them. Damien had another great run throughout.
Yeah, it's good when you get over like that, John. You know, she travelled well the whole race and she was going to be hard to beat.
Mate, the big question is the next one. Can you make it 4 straight?
Oh, mate, I hope I haven't gone too early.
Look, Damien, it's better to be in luck than out of luck, isn't it, mate?
Sure is, John.
And I got a funny feeling that you'll be the guy that I might be interviewing in the next.
I hope so.
And good luck in it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Johnny Letch there with Damien Oliver, and, well, I suppose we think, Jen, that, he's won 3 races now. It's going to be hard to win 4, but why not? He's riding so well.
He's just riding in terrific style here today, and we all know what a great champion jockey he is in Australia, and most people know around the world from last year when he won on Doremus in the Melbourne Cup. Got a great chance again in the race coming up.
Yeah, she just, this little filly that he rode, Flaming Heart, she is just so honest and dashing clear at the 300-metre mark. And every time he comes back, Damien, he gets a tremendous reception from this crowd. We're getting more and more boisterous as the day goes on. What sort of reception will he get if he happens to win the next one, the Foster's Melbourne Cup aboard Doremus?
Well, I mentioned to you earlier how much of a following Damien has got. It's almost star status now, isn't it? And you remember last year when he had the long hair? Well, he's got the normal haircut this year. It won't make any difference. Damien's a great bloke. He loves to talk to anyone, or will talk to anyone, and he's just riding in great style. So let's wish him all the best once again so he can make it 4 in a row.
He's the pin-up boy of the punters. Damien Oliver returning after his 3rd victory on Foster's Melbourne Cup Day aboard Flaming Heart number 2. Second placing going to number 10, Melanie May, ridden by Darren Gauci. And 3rd home was number 1, Will Fly, Jason Holder. Can he make it 4? We'll find out shortly, because the next one is the big one, the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Horse 15, G. Charles 52.
Yes, you noticed that shot at the rail. They're all here, from the Mexicans to Dracula, the Flintstones to Santa Claus.
Numbers confirmed.
It's a bit of a circus.
3 and 15.
We're after correct weight. And there it is. Correct weight. The Melbourne Cup, ladies and gentlemen, is now about 45 minutes away. And the tension is mounting here in this room, that's for sure. So with correct weight, that means we should have dividends. Danny Malecki. With that computer. Presentations are ready, so let's get Rob Gaylard to take his microphone. Rob?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is presentation time here for the Great Western, a listed race for the 3-year-old fillies, and of course sponsored by Southcorp Wines. Mr. Keith Southwick is representing the VRC to make our presentations. Would you please welcome Chief Executive of Southcorp Wines Proprietary Limited, Mr. Bruce Kemp.
Mr. Premier, members of the VRC committee, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 16th running of the Great Western Stakes, and we're obviously delighted to be associated with this great race on this fantastic day. And the first time in 4 years I haven't been huddled under an umbrella, so I think that's particularly special, and I'm sure everybody on course is enjoying it. Great Western champagne is certainly a great product, and we're just delighted to be able to put a package here together with the VRC for the carnival. I'd like now to introduce Mr. Peters, who's going to accept the trophy on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Peters. We thought that was easier to juggle than the...
Yes, it's all very jovial here. You're seeing one of the truly great riders going around at the moment, Damien Oliver. And up here we were saying, well, the law of averages should suggest that he can't do 4 in a row. Who says? Here's the totes for race 6, Flaming Heart, $7.10 and $2.40. Number 10, Melanie May, $2.90. And Will Fly, number 1, $2.40. The double, $32.80. The Quinella, $33.90. And the trifecta, not applicable. And that's, of course, for $1 in Victoria. There's the totes on race 6. Well, there's Flaming Heart, and as I was saying, what an absolutely marvellous riding performance we're seeing from Damien Oliver. Totes for the Cup, Dan Malecki, what are they?
Doremus at 870, Tim Count Shivers 32, Court of Honour at 33, Grey Shot 17, one of 2 greys in the race, the other being Centico. Sapio 55. Some of the other outsiders are the Phantom Chance, Boart, Super Slew at $89. The Bandit at $16.80. Stablemate of the Phantom Chance. Circles of Gold at 23. Fewer Chosen 29. And then Alcove Skybow, My Kiwi Gold, the second of the Bart Cummings runners. Could My Kiwi Gold give him his 10th Melbourne Cup? Centico still the rank outsider, Pete, for the Cup at 3.20.
OK, Danny, thank you very much. Look at that crowd. Magnificent to see, isn't it, on a Just Butte day? Well, Peter Donegan, continuing that thought, I went with my judgment because Dee Oliver was riding Flaming Heart. Paid off for me. 4 in a row. The law of averages says that might not happen, but why wouldn't it?
Yeah, as they say, Tim, records are made to be broken, and there's no reason why Damien can't do it because he's simply riding so well at the moment. And we'll get the thoughts of Jenny Chapman in just a sec. Trifecta, incidentally, paid $364.40. $364.40, the trifecta. Well, can he do it?
Can he do it? Well, I think he can. I haven't put him on top, of course, Doremus, but look, he's been doing everything right for Lee Freeman. I know that they're extremely happy with the horse, and we had a little bit of rain yesterday, so that'll just take the real sting out of the track for him. Good chance.
We'll examine that more a bit later on. Quickly, what's your top pick?
My top pick is Oscar Schindler. I think he's come over here at the right moment. We know he's settled in very well. World champion jockey on board, Michael Kinane. He's been there, done that. He knows what it's all about. I put him on top from number 11, Senator, the New Zealander. He's a proven horse over the distance. I think he'll go very close. And number 15, the Caulfield Cup winning mare, Arctic Scent for third.
For me, it's nothing like a Dane, Arctic Scent and Oscar Schindler, but the furious activity is now beginning in the betting ring. It'll go all the way up to 3:20. Down there in the thick of it, Tim Gossage.
Thanks very much, Peter. But as I said, they've come for Oscar Schindler in a big way. The best back runner here today, without question, is Senator. Well into single figures now. Doremus, Saintly, nothing like a Dane, are all bracketed. But it is Oscar Schindler. But I will say that Senator is the best back runner here at Flemington today.
So they've come for the Kiwi, but the late moves might still come. Thank you to Tim Gossage in the betting ring, who'll be keeping us up to date. Tim Webster, we're set for a very exciting 40 minutes prior to the running of the Foster's Melbourne Cup.
Well, PD, I know you get fluttering, and I'm starting to up here. I'm sure everyone is at home. It is one of the most interesting Melbourne Cups in years. And also interesting out there today, fascinating, weird, strange, all of those things. Fashions on the field can be, but today, absolutely beautiful. Here's Lynn Talbot.
Yes, and welcome to day 2 of Crown's Fashions on the Field competition. Now, the judges today have a very difficult task, and that is to select just one winner from a fabulous field of classic cup outfits. And the fashion today is just extraordinary, and after much deliberation, our celebrity judges have chosen this wonderful number by David Medwin, worn by Pauline Leslie. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
And some wonderful prizes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Been spoiled today.
Now, David, can you describe this outfit?
Oh, the outfit is actually in bitter chocolate, is the colour, and the fabric used is silk and wool combination, which is actually reversible fabric. It's satin on one side and it's matte on the other. And I thought it would be interesting to use chocolate brown because chocolate is very big in Europe at the moment, and I thought it would probably be a little bit different on the course to what probably the other ladies were wearing. So we were lucky that it came off.
Well, it does stand out from the crowd. Congratulations. Well done. And we'll have more fashions on the field on Oaks Day, which I'm looking forward to.
Yes, I am too, Lynn, and there's some of the more, well, not bizarre, just interesting fashions. The hats are all the go. Some are made as personal creations. I'm sure the milliners around town have been doing fabulous business. Now, here's your chance to get amongst some beautiful clothes from Suzanne just by ringing a telephone number, and here's how you do it.
You can be a winner in our Cup Day fashion competition just by calling 0055 606 58 if you know the right answer to this question. When did Prue Acton steal the limelight at the Melbourne Cup with her Australian outfit? Was it A in 1984 or B in 1979? 2 winners will be chosen from callers with the correct answers, and they will each receive a great prize of $1,000 in fashions from Suzanne's. So ring 0055 606 58 and you can call right up until 4 o'clock Eastern Summer Time. Winners will be announced after race 8 today.
Yes, but the next race on the card is race 7, which just happens to be the Foster's Melbourne Cup. And it's coming up. Don't go away. There it is. I think you just saw it, the Melbourne Cup, and we're having a look at the jockeys briefing in the stewards' room. And Johnny Letts has joined me, who does such a wonderful job on banjo for us every year. Hello, mate.
How are you, Tim?
What's going on? Tell me what the stewards are saying to him.
Well, the stewards would be explaining now, Mr. Des Gleeson is the head steward now, and he would be explaining to the jockeys that this is the feature race of the Australian racing calendar, and I don't want it marred by interference and stupid riding. And this is what we get explained to us about a lot of races, big feature races. Well, they expect it every race, but especially the Melbourne Cup, which is televised around the world. There's nothing worse than looking at one of our feature races and it's marred by interference. And this is what the steward will be saying. He'll be saying, you do anything wrong today and you'll suffer. There'll be heavy penalties, heavier than usual.
Yes, everyone does look very serious and just a little bit sombre. I think everyone realises the absolute importance of the great race. The Melbourne Cup, look at those faces. You see the two Payne boys down the front there. There's Mick.
And what about the little guy at the back there? He's won the last 3.
Yeah.
Damien Oliver and...
Can he do 4 in a row?
Well, I think he can.
We'll see. Well, Rob Gaylard's waiting down on the track to present to us Christine Anu, always been a luminary to sing the Waltzing Matilda song for us, and this year it's Christine. Here's Rob Gaylard.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As the countdown to the Cup continues, may I present to you multi-ARIA award-winning female vocalist in Australia, Miss Christine Anu.
Once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree, and he sang as he watched his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Down came a jumbuck and drank at the billabong. Up jumped the swagman and grabbed him with glee, and he sung as he stuffed that jumbuck in his tucker bag. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Up rode a squatter, mounted on his thoroughbred. Down came the troopers, 1, 2, 3. Who's that jolly jumbuck you've got in your tucker bag? You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Up jumped the swagman and sprang into the billabong. You'll never catch me alive, said he, and his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda. You'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And his ghost may be heard as you pass by that billabong.
Yes, fantastic, Christine. We hear Waltzing Matilda done a different way every year, and that was another different way to do it, and just terrific. We're standing by for the presentation of the jockeys on Melbourne Cup Day, and John Letts is still with me. Tell me honestly, I know it's great for the crowd, but could the jockeys sort of do without that, do you think, just before the big race?
Oh, I think it's great, Tim, to go out there and, you know you got support. Damien Oliver, I'd say they will shout the grandstand down.
Oh, yes, they should.
And that actually will, I think, get the adrenaline flowing, although he doesn't need it. But you can just imagine when you know you've got the crowd, it'd be like a grand final in football. The two teams, if you've got one team getting all the cheers, the other team doesn't seem to play as well. But this is what happens with jockeys, and Damien's got so many people behind him in Victoria. There's so much riding on Doremus.
Yeah, look at this absolutely enormous crowd. Now, there's Rob Gaylard. We're just waiting now. And as soon as, because Damien will get announced first, of course, being on the toppy, Doremus. And when he comes out, we'll try and pause and get the reaction from the crowd, because they've just been cheering the grandstand down for him over the last hour or so, haven't they?
Tim, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of a reception Mike Canane gets.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Because in the Australians' eyes, 3 or 4 years ago when he won the race, he was the best. And then the last 2 years, he's lost a little bit of favouritism with him. But I do think they should forget that. And this horse is very, very popular. He's a very, very... I don't think I've known a horse to be so popular going into a Melbourne Cup. So many eyes on him.
We've got to take a commercial break fairly shortly because of our international commitments. But here's Rob, and we're just getting Damien's introduction. I think let's have a listen.
In today's Melbourne Cup, would you please welcome the rider of Doremus, has certainly found his way to the winning post on 3 occasions today, Damien Oliver.
Here it is.
Number 2, Count Shivers.
Now, he's announcing them very quickly, so the jocks are coming out now, being announced to the crowd before the big race. 20 minutes past 3. Tremendous interest in this race this year, the Melbourne Cup of 1996. It's Simon Marshall going up to get the accolades of the crowd. All got pretty serious looks on their faces, I must say, as the Melbourne Cup is coming up. We'll go away when we come back. The whole of the world will be watching us on Melbourne Cup Day 1996.
Captured the hearts of everybody, of course, on Cox Plate Day. Darren Beekman.
Hello everyone and welcome to Flemington in Melbourne, the home of the biggest event on the Australian racing calendar around the world. From Dubai to Tokyo, from New York to London, over 400 million people are counting down to our great race, the Melbourne Cup. The year-long wait is nearly over and the days of preparation are done. Now with the horses circling the birdcage and just minutes left, the huge crowd here at Flemington is waiting to salute the one who can fly highest of all. In other parts of the world, there are derbies. In France, of course, there's the Arc. But here in Melbourne, Australia, there is only, as we know it, the Cup. A simple horse race becomes high drama and finally history on this glorious first Tuesday in November. Down in the mounting yard, the man who heads our team of experts, Peter Donegan. They just came past me, and every one of them looks just like it should, a horse in the Melbourne Cup.
Yes, Tim, and this is the trophy they're racing for. The most famous trophy in all of Australian sport, the three-handled Loving Cup. It's worth $32,500, but it's much more than that. It's the Melbourne Cup. And they'll be running for that and $2.2 million in prize money in just a few moments' time, Jenny Chapman. And as always, the atmosphere in the mounting yard is just electric.
Is it ever? And if you haven't been to a Melbourne Cup, you've really got to get here. The atmosphere is outstanding. Everyone's yelling out and having an absolute ball here. It really is a great day.
Well, let's start and take a look at the runners. There are 22 of them to run over 3,200 metres, and the first of them is the defending champion, number 1, Doremus, attempting to become the 4th horse to win back-to-back Melbourne Cups. Lee Friedman looking for his 4th winner, Damien Oliver looking for his 2nd.
Well, he's the current Melbourne Cup winning horse, and can he do it again? Pete, he carried 54.5 kilos last year to win the Melbourne Cup. He's got 58 this year. His trainer, Lee Friedman, is extremely happy with the way he's been going. It was an excellent run in the Caulfield Cup. He ran 4th there. He wasn't beaten all that far. He's right on target, and he's a very good chance with Damien Oliver on once again.
Another of Lee Friedman's runners is number 2, Count Chivas. This horse has won a Sydney Cup, is to be ridden by Stephen King, a young man who in '91 won the Melbourne Cup aboard Let's Alone.
Well, he ran 11th in the 1995 Melbourne Cup, and that was on a heavy track. He put in a better effort on Saturday in the McKinnon Stakes. He just held his ground towards the final stages. He is a Sydney Cup winner, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him run a bit of a race.
The first of the overseas riders is number 3, Court of Honour, trained by Peter Chappell-Hyam in Great Britain, to be ridden by a local jockey in Simon Marshall. Will local knowledge make the difference, Jen?
Well, I think the big crowd's just upsetting him a little. You can see him quite on his toes there in the mounting yard. He's best known for running 5th behind Lam Tower in the 1995 Epsom Derby. He was beaten by Grey Shot in a Group 3 event in France, and he was comfortably beaten by Oscar Schindler in the Irish Derby, when Oscar Schindler ran 4th and he ran 5th. I would say he's there with a place chance.
Feast your eyes on this magnificent beast. Number 4, Oscar Schindler, the horse that all of Australia now knows as Oscar. And for many of you, this is your first look at him. I know that the families of Joey Mulholland and John Sullivan, who are connected with the horse, are watching this live back in Ireland to Anna Marie and the kids and the lads back home. They send their best wishes, and they might be bringing a Melbourne Cup back home.
Have a look how he's presented himself, Peter. He is so relaxed. He's used to these big crowds. Of course, his last start was in the Arc de Triomphe. He ran 3rd there. The horse that ran 2nd went out and won the Breeders' Cup. His form is excellent going into this race. He's not proven over this distance, but he's a very good, strong horse, and I do think he's got an excellent chance.
Amongst the top local chances, number 5, Saintly, trained by the master, J.B. Cummings. He's won the Melbourne Cup 9 times. If he wins it again today, he'll take his own trophy home, and he might very well do it.
Well, this is the longest journey that he's had to contest over. His last trip over a long journey was the 2,600 metres in the Metropolitan. He's done everything right, this horse. He's a very genuine racehorse. And, of course, his trainer, Bar Cummings, has won 9 Melbourne Cups. I do think he's there with a very good chance.
The third of the European Raiders, number 6, Grey Shot, to be ridden by Pat Edery, trained by Ian Balding. And this horse is certain to be up on the speed.
Yes, he's a front runner. He's a very bold and game, genuine front runner. I wouldn't be surprised to see him give a great sight for quite some time. You go back 2 starts ago for him, and he won the Goodwood Cup over this distance. So he's in form. I do think he's there with a chance.
Gay Waterhouse will become the first trainer to have her name in the book, lady trainer that is, if nothing like a Dane, is to win the Melbourne Cup today. Shane Dye is the rider. This horse second to Doremus last year.
And a fabulous effort too on the heavy track on that occasion. This horse ran on Saturday. He ran in the McKinnon Stakes over 2,000. He got a long way back, but he was noted, making a lot of ground towards the final stages. I think Nothing Like a Dane gives Gay Waterhouse an excellent chance of taking away her first Melbourne Cup.
One of the 5 Kiwi raiders, the nation that dominated the Melbourne Cup for so long, is 8 Sapio, to be ridden by Jim Walker, trained by Sylvia Kay. He's adjusted well into the surroundings here at Flemington.
Well, he's the winner of the New Zealand Cup over the 3,200 metres. Last start winner 2 weeks ago when he picked up